So let's take a look at some of the new pictures we got yesterday and some more here on Cobra TV. So the first one I want to start off with is the one that's a little bit misleading. The one that's titled Make Cities. Now we have to remember that Grant Duncan was speaking about procedural generation pretty much to a bunch of upcoming developers. And I don't want people being led on thinking that you can build in No Man's Sky, because in my opinion, this is not what that meant. Purely, this was him speaking about procedurally generating cities. Now, everything that he pretty much talked about revolved around No Man's Sky, pretty much, except for this. So it leads me to believe that maybe, just maybe, we could see some ruined cities in No Man's Sky, and they just pretty much say no just to surprise or shock us. As Sean Murray said, he wants us to jump in the game and figure out the mysteries for ourselves and see these things for the first time. He brought up Watch Dogs, how it's a great game to him, but he felt like when he got a chance to play it that there was nothing left to see. So I can see Hello Games making a little fib just to hide, the fact that it's really there so that you could be surprised. With the technology right at their fingertips, they did procedurally generate buildings. A long time ago, I believe it was The Edge magazine, where he talked about procedural rooms. Now, we've seen some of these structures that are in the trailers and screenshots, but they don't look like they're enterable. But the procedural rooms that he stated a very long time ago leads me to believe that there's more to it than what they've shown us. So seeing that most of the talk looks like it revolved around No Man's Sky, and then he's talking about procedurally generating cities, I think it's a good possibility. Now, I don't think we're going to be seeing busy cities that are like lights and, traffic coming in and out and stuff like that. But I can see coming across a ruined city, that's creepy to be there, because you're wondering what happened here. And then you start thinking to yourself, maybe I should get out of here, because maybe what happened to them might happen to me too. And we did get a good look at some of the animals that are going to be in No Man's Sky. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking that they look like Pokemon. Well, if you look at the frog, how big do you think that might be? For all we know, it could be the size of the palm of your hand, and also think they're not really rendered yet. Even if you look at the ships that they show, they aren't rendered like they are in the real game. So when we see these things in the real game, they're going to have a different texture to them. They're going to have a different lively look to them. But they are just amazing. Just the differences of animals, and just think about how much they can create with these. And I remember reading in an article just recently where Grant Duncan was talking about swamp planets, where everything would have to look amphibious and stuff. Judging by this picture here, I think this might be what he's talking about. Just some amazing pictures of animals. Blows my mind every time I turn on my computer and I look at it. And on the No Man's Sky Facebook group that I run, somebody posted a Photoshop picture of what it would look like if you were flying towards this planet. And it's truly amazing. I really just cannot wait to get into this game and just go wherever the heck I want. Some new ships also came out today, and they are just flat out amazing. But before we get to those, I would like to look at this board here of examples that they use to help generate some of the ships for them, like examples of different kinds of ships, and they're separated into different categories: trader, fighter, and explorer. And if we look at some of those pictures, we can actually see an exact resemblance to some of those that are in No Man's Sky. So judging by this picture here, we now can clearly see that the ships that have those round circles around them are explorer ships, because of the concept art or the example art that's on the board here for explorer. You can see those rings around. And also, if we take a look at the fighters, man, spot on to what they actually put into the game. Not so much over there with the traders, but pretty close. So this is a very interesting picture here. So we can now kind of gauge what ship is what when we're looking at the trailers. And just some beautiful pictures came out. These here are drawings, or, you know, colored drawings of ships. But what's important to remember is that these ships are exactly what we have seen in some of the trailers. Like the red one in the background has the circle around it, so we've seen those. They almost match perfectly what's in the game. Just a bunch of beautiful pictures. And here's a good example of one of the ships that's not fully rendered. If you take a look at the red ship there, you can see that it doesn't have the detail that it does when it's in the game. So when you are thinking about those animals that you're looking at, just imagine what kind of texture package or render package or whatever that they can add to those animals, that they will add to those animals to give it more of a real look to them. I'm going to go ahead and quit talking now and just play the rest of these pictures. You guys have a lovely day. I love you guys. I will be coming out with some longer videos really soon. Until next time.